So the third song we wanted to touch on is the most recent one, Prodigal Heart. And it was originally Get On Home.
Yeah. I actually wrote the song on Father's Day.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
remember that?
I do.
I wrote it while I was waiting for our Father's Day gathering. At the time, we were all going to meet at my daughter's house, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wrote this song while I was waiting, and it's basically a Father's Day song. And it's also a play on the prodigal son. But a lot of it, too, was part of what I remember of my dad when I left home. When I asked my dad if I could leave home and move out.
Yeah.
And so part of that is the emotion of that. But anyway, so the original one was that.
Yeah.
And we played it. We played it early on or something.
I think, as Blind Drift for Luke, I think we maybe, implemented it a couple times into our set, but it was never one we...
Never became a normal.
It was always fun to play, but it was never... I guess we never really got it down tight. So
I think we might have done it longer than we think. We might have done it the first several months or something, but we did it in sets, and then it kind of slowly weaned itself out of the set.
Yeah.
And the song had a video, which I created back in the original writing of it, and it was okay. But it was time for an upgrade, I thought.
Yeah, we've learned a lot since then. So.
And so this was a jail song, hashtag jail song, which is my solo work.
Yeah.
A lot of times Johnny works on my solo work too. It's in like what we name it, whether it's Blind Drift or Luke or a solo jail song. It's kind of arbitrary. Sometimes I do them on my own, but sometimes he's in them as much as he is the Blind Drift for Luke stuff.
Yeah.
And but this song we wanted to do, the new version of it is more aggressive. It's more of a rock.
Sonically, yeah.
Sonically, maybe an 80s rock or a reference to the 80s rock kind of sound.
Got a good bed of guitars. It's
laid against a
nice open
wall of sound guitar.
Yeah.
Now, how that ended up in the final mix was just part of what you do.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, but
I really like how it turned out.
Do you think, compared to the other one, things?
Yeah,
what do you notice as different or something?
As me being, again, still involved with it, but a little more on the outside, looking in. I really like the direction it took. It's hard to explain.
It feels more like what we're doing now too. More of a rock, more modern, more contemporary. I hate that word. More indie, modern, current.
Yeah, it kind of brings it up to date. It makes it fresh again. The whole point of all this whole episode is making all these songs fresh to us and to others. So it kind of gave it this new, oomph to it.
And then so then the video is pretty linear. I don't normally, when I'm working on video or we're talking about it or however, I don't normally come linear to a song. I usually come up with something outside. For instance, like the last thing we talk about maybe tomorrow, the video.
A little more experimental.
Has nothing to do with the song. And so it becomes a different story, but the music is laid against the bed of that. And then, that's most people that work video say video is a separate art. So normally that's the way you do it. Or normally that seems more interesting to me. Yeah. I lose interest when I'm just trying to follow the lyrics and make video to go with that lyric.
Yeah.
But for this, the Prodigal song, Prodigal Heart, Get On Home, it basically is telling, the video is basically telling the same story. In snapshots and little pieces of the song.
Yeah. But what I like about it is, I think the lyrics for the song and the feel of it is, I guess a lot of your songs are, but this song has a very human feel to it. It's about raw emotions and dealing with separating from people, your family or loved ones or a relationship, or it's just got this very heartfelt.
And mostly about choices we make about all that.
Yeah, and how it affects others and ourselves. Yeah. And I think the video portrays that really well. I think that's...
Well, good. That was,
Even though it is like a fairly linear telling.
It's linear, but it is the emotional side of it. Yeah. And the song itself is about... You could look at this song from different ways, but it's basically about someone leaving because they've had enough. That's the video's name is I Told You That I Had Enough.
Yeah.
That, again, we're talking about how we name videos sometimes. That's the name of the actual video. I Told You That I Had Enough.
Yeah.
And... so that shows a guy, leaving, and the lyrics, fit that image, and then comes on the person that you left behind,
Yeah.
And I have to say, this actress that did this, she's paid by a service, and she's an actress, and she did this part, and she gets paid by our using and paying for her services.
Using the footage.
But I have to say,
the raw emotion in her eyes,
knocks it out of the park.
Yeah.
Her face, man, it makes you.
It's like heart-wrenching.
It draws you in. So that's the person left behind. And the second one, is a different situation where the person in the center of the story is left by somebody.
The other side of it, yeah.
So it's like they're left by somebody.
Kind of replacing the
so you have the video of the second engagement. Now these could not be. They don't have to be linear like that. They don't have to be about the same thing. But that's what it's appeared. The second part of the song is in a place where it's the guy that gets left behind. So now he's the one hanging back with all the remorse. And so that comes out in that. And then it goes into a section part about, the bridge of the song is about home itself, a statement about home, like home is where your heart is. And basically in this scenario, the heart is running, it's on the roam, it's leaving people behind.
Yeah. And
it's different people leaving different people behind, all that. So it's basically something about human nature and how we do
and a bit of like the hero's journey of leaving to go find yourself. And then that bridges a little bit about,
And then sometimes the choices you make, and some of that is like what you leave behind. So the last part of this is actually the part that's from about when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I remember the moment, the day that I talked to my dad. We were standing on a driveway of the house that we lived in, and I said, "Dad, I want to leave. I want to move in with my friend, my buddy." And my dad and I had rough relationships, but we came around to. I love my dad, and he had his issues like I do, but. I remember him saying, "Well, yeah, you're sure, okay, stiff upper lip, okay, yeah, that'd be fine, great." But I looked at his eyes and I knew. And the sentiment of this third part of the song, with the little boy who's looking at his dad saying, "I'm leaving. I got a life to live. I'm gone." Mm-hmm. It's built on that feeling I had, and then it goes to the last scene of that third verse where there's a face of a man. It could be looked at different ways. It could be the father that you left, or it could be that little boy when he's grown up looking back on his life.
Yeah.
And then the tapping into the prodigal idea, the prodigal heart, the prodigal son. It's not to be heavy-handed, but it's that idea that God is like that father, and he's looking for you, and that he loves us, and he wishes we were near. That's the meaning of the parable of the prodigal son. But this is not specifically a religious song at all. It's just the idea,
song.
and from different angles, different looks, and stuff like that. So, end product, what did you say?
I think it came out great. I really like the video, and I think the sound, sonically in the song, it's got a great big sound. I love, some of the experimenting you did with some of the lead parts throughout all three of these. Getting a little more experimental and getting your chops out a little bit and kind of exploring. Some deeper lead stuff, which is really cool. I like it on all these. I think it came out great overall.
Well, here's a little segment.
Yeah.
Here we go. Told you that I had enough and didn't want no more. The last thing that you heard from me, the footsteps toward the door. Somewhere in a post I read, you can't sleep for the tears, wishing to recover all those wasted years. Still you say, get on home to me. Get on home to me. She laughed and said, I'm leaving now, with a better place to be. Then through the door, she took a part of me. Still here in this empty room, the loneliness of fright, wishing just to hold you and have you here tonight. Get on home, get on home to me. Get on home, get on home to me. Home is where the heart is, and this heart is on the road. Just a minor complication, just a minor complication, just a minor complication. Someone's left alone. Here we go. The boy said he was leaving. His daddy held back tears. I'll take all that you have for me. I'm moving on from here. For years and years I've had enough. A voice from yesterday. In the silence of the night, I can hear my daddy say, I hear him say, get on home to me. Get on home to me. My daddy cried, get on home to me.